RVV Coin's utility extends far beyond simple buying and selling. It's designed to serve multiple roles, from being the transactional currency for in-game purchases to acting as a governance and loyalty token for active community members. The developers have structured the ecosystem to allow players to own virtual land, buy and sell NFTs, create mini-games, and even monetize their own in-game creations. For example, players can stake RVV to participate in exclusive tournaments or use it to mint special edition NFTs with enhanced attributes. The platform is built to reward both engagement and creativity. The more players interact with the system by creating, trading, or contributing, the more valuable the RVV becomes. This dynamic loop of activity and reward is what the team hopes will make Astra Nova sustainable in the long term, avoiding the economic collapse that has plagued many earlier GameFi experiments. In addition to gaming features, Astra Nova integrates AI elements to make gameplay and world interactions dynamic and evolving. According to early previews, non-player characters (NPCs) in Astra Nova will be powered by machine learning algorithms, adapting their responses and strategies based on player actions. This introduces a level of realism rarely seen in blockchain games. AI isn't only being used for gameplay, it's also part of the creative tools that allow users to build their own in-game assets or modify the virtual environment. This symbiosis between AI and blockchain is where RVV becomes even more essential, as every creative transaction, whether it's minting a digital item or launching a community-built question, requires RVV tokens for processing and validation. When we talk about tokenomics, RVV follows a detailed and ambitious model. The total supply is set at 10 billion tokens, which are distributed across several key categories: private investors, team members, marketing initiatives, ecosystem rewards, and liquidity provision. At the token generation event TGE, only a small fraction, roughly around 3 to 5%, was made available for circulation. This strategy aims to prevent massive dumping at launch and maintain controlled liquidity as the ecosystem matures. However, early data indicates that RVV has a high inflation rate in its first year, with around 55% of the supply expected to be unlocked gradually through various vesting schedules. Private and seed investors received around 8% of their tokens at TGE, followed by a 3-month cliff and then linear unlocks across 11 months. This gradual release structure is meant to stabilize the market and encourage long-term holding, but it also creates near-term sell pressure as more tokens enter circulation. In terms of fundraising, Astra Nova managed to raise approximately $4.8 million through multiple presale and private rounds, including strategic partnerships and public launches. During its private round, tokens were priced at around 0.0 while the public presale later sold at approximately 0.079 per token. The projects even ran a special campaign through the Binance Wallet Booster program, where 550 million RVV tokens, around 5% of total supply, were distributed to participants as part of an early ecosystem incentive. These multiple fundraising stages help the project gain visibility and early liquidity, although the trading volume remains relatively low compared to larger, more established coins. Market data for RVV is still somewhat fragmented. Some platforms list its price around 0.0 per token, with a reported market capitalization hovering between 300,000 and 400,000, though these numbers vary depending on circulating supply data. The coin is currently available on smaller or emerging exchanges, with plans for future listings on larger centralized platforms. For now, liquidity is thin, and trading can be volatile. But in the world of small-cap GameFi projects, this is common. The key factor will be how Astra Nova develops its main product, the game itself, and how effectively it can dock player adoption. If the gameplay delivers what it promises, RVV could potentially see increased demand as in-game utility expands. What makes RVV appealing to some investors is its diversified use cases. It's not limited to one purpose; instead, it's woven into nearly every aspect of Astra Nova's ecosystem. In-game purchases, land ownership, NFT minting, marketplace fees, staking rewards, and even participation in real-world loyalty programs are all tied to RVV. The team has announced that holding the token may give access to special perks like early access to events, exclusive NFT drops, or physical world voucher programs through brand partnerships. Moreover, the project aims to support cross-chain functionality, allowing RVV to operate on networks like Hedera, Opnon, and immutable Zekfam. This multi-chain approach could open the ecosystem to a broader user base and improve interoperability across different blockchain infrastructures. However, as with any new cryptocurrency, RVV faces several challenges and risks that potential investors should take seriously. One of the biggest concerns is liquidity. While early trading data shows some price stability, the low volume could make it vulnerable to manipulation or sudden price swings. Furthermore, the inconsistency of data across platforms regarding circulating supply and total market cap raises questions about transparency. Another issue is execution risk. Building a AA-quality game powered by AI and blockchain technology is a complex and expensive undertaking. Many GameFi projects in the past have failed because the game either didn't deliver or couldn't retain players after initial hype faded. Astra Nova's success depends entirely on whether it can deliver an immersive, engaging experience that convinces players to keep coming back not just for earnings but for entertainment. Another notable challenge is the high inflation rate during the early months after launch. While the team's goal is to reward early adopters and incentivize engagement, heavy token unlocking could flood the market with supply, suppressing price growth. Investors will need to monitor these unlock events closely, as they could create significant short-term volatility. Additionally, there's always the broader risk associated with the GameFi sector itself. While gaming tokens were one of the hottest narratives during 2021-2022, many of them crashed hard when the hype cooled down. Projects like Axie Infinity, Illuvium, and Star Atlas have all experienced massive valuation swings. Astra Nova, and by extension RVV, will need to prove it can avoid the same fate by focusing on quality gameplay, consistent development, and real-world partnerships. The development roadmap of Astra Nova provides a glimpse into where the project is headed. The token generation event took place in October 2025, following multiple successful presale rounds earlier that year. The next major milestones include a public beta release of the main game, the launch of the in-game NFT marketplace, and the rollout of the loyalty and staking programs. The team has also teased to build a hub where community members will be able to design their own mini-games or experiences using the platform's AI and creative tools. These user-generated games will use RVV as the underlying transaction currency, potentially increasing demand for the token as player activity grows. In terms of strengths, RVV benefits from being part of a massive and fast-growing market, the fusion of gaming, AI, and Web3. The gaming industry is worth hundreds of billions of dollars globally, and blockchain gaming continues to attract both retail investors and institutional attention. If Astra Nova can successfully deliver a high-quality, AI-enhanced RPG experience, it could carve out a valuable niche and bring real user engagement into Web3 gaming. Another positive aspect is the project's ambition to bridge the gap between virtual and physical experiences. For example, the real-world voucher system is designed to reward players with tangible benefits, making RVV not just a digital currency but a token with potential real-life utility. Yet, all of this potential comes with risk. One of the most common issues in blockchain projects is overpromising and under-delivering. While Astra Nova has laid out an impressive vision, the challenge lies in execution. Building an AI-driven, Unreal Engine-powered game is resource-intensive, and delays are not uncommon. Additionally, competition in the GameFi space is heating up, with established players already releasing visually stunning, user-friendly products. For RVV to stand out, Astra Nova will need to go beyond just flashy graphics. It will need to create a genuinely fun, rewarding, and sustainable experience that players actually want to play, not just farm for profit. From an investment perspective, RVV represents a high-risk, high-reward opportunity. Its low current market cap means there's significant upside potential if the project gains traction, but it also means the token is still in an early and volatile phase. Long-term success will depend on adoption, ecosystem expansion, and continuous engagement. The token's value will ultimately follow its utility. The more RVV is used for transactions, staking, and governance, the stronger its market demand will become. Investors should also pay close attention to future exchange listings, as being listed on major platforms could significantly boost liquidity and awareness.